Hi YouTube, my name is Alexandra and welcome to my channel. This is the first time I'm doing YouTube, so I'm very excited for that. And I always wanted to do YouTube, but quarantine and lockdown kind of gave me the push that I needed. I wanted to start off with hygiene because it's personally one of my favorite videos to watch. I always like to try new products. I always like to hear people's recommendations. So not everyone has the same skin type. For that reason, in this hygiene video, I am not gonna be talking about facial skincare, such as the cleanser that I use, the moisturizer that I use, eye creams, even hair care. I'm not gonna talk about that today. I'm just gonna focus on oral care and everything else that's included in that. So how this video is gonna be organized, I'm kind of gonna take you starting from oral care. Even though a lot of us don't like to floss, something that we have to do, because if we're not flossing, we're not doing anything. We're not removing the germs that are stuck in between our teeth. So sometimes when you brush your teeth, you can't really get that deep in there if you're not flossing. So it defeats the purpose. And that's where bad breath comes in. And I'm sure you've heard it from your dentist, you have to floss more. Then we get into brushing your teeth. So I personally like to use the Crest gum and enamel repair. This is the second time I'm purchasing this toothpaste and I 1000% recommend it. This one has advanced whitening as well. So I think this is great. I drink a lot of green tea and I have heard that green tea can damage your enamel. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of our teeth and our teeth are healthy as well. Then we're going to jump into our tongues. So a lot of us quickly scrub our tongues with our toothbrush, and although that's better than nothing, we want to make sure that we're getting in there and we're really removing all the bacteria that's in there. So sometimes our toothbrush doesn't do the whole job. So I bought this little device here. This is a tongue Orabrush. I actually saw it in someone's YouTube channel and it's amazing because you can get all the way back there and it's really precise. I do this twice a day, so once in the morning and once at night. Please don't be too rough on your tongue. You don't want to damage your nerves or your taste buds or whatever else is in there. I don't know, I'm not a dentist. And you will notice a difference. If we don't brush our tongues, that's also where bad breath comes from. So if you follow all these steps, you're gonna have clean and fresh and minty breath. So the last step of my oral care on a daily basis. Let's start with what I like, because I have one thing that did not work for me, and that is mouthwash. So this is the last step to my oral health routine. I personally have tried Listerine, I've tried Scope. I don't really like them. Some burn too much, some work for a little bit, but then you feel the freshness is not lasting as long. This I have purchased maybe over 5 times already. So this is the Crest Pro Health Clinical. This does not burn your tongue. This does not burn your mouth. This literally lasts the whole day. You can do this in the morning and you can eat your breakfast on your lunch, and after lunch you will still have fresh breath. I don't know what's in here, but I highly recommend it. I do want to mention that this used to be in more places, such as Target. This used to be in the drugstores. I used to be able to find this more frequently, but now I have noticed that I can only find this either on Amazon, which is very expensive, surprisingly enough, or Walmart. I believe is about $5 or $6. That leads me to my mouthwash fail. So I love watching YouTube, and apparently this is a thing that's going around. So this is the TheraBreath dentist formulated fresh breath oral rinse, fights bad breath for 24 hours. I don't recommend it. I actually bought it online at Target and it arrived yesterday. So I used it at night and I used it this morning. It doesn't do much. Of course, it has a minty taste and it does the basic job of a mouthwash, but I don't feel like it controls bad breath for that long of a period. So I brushed my teeth and washed my mouth and did my whole oral process in the morning, and shortly after I had coffee and I had coffee breath. So it didn't do anything. It's like $8. So definitely expensive, and it does not do the job. After the mouth, we're gonna move on to the body. So the first thing we wanna do, of course, is we wanna wash our skin. I personally always use Dove. I feel like it's sensitive enough and it's good for your skin. It doesn't irritate my skin. It doesn't have heavy fragrance. It does have fragrance. This one is lavender. It's not my favorite, but we'll get into that another day. It's very gentle. It's very soft on the skin. It leaves your skin feeling nice, and I use it everywhere. Dove is the only soap that I use everywhere, if you know what I mean. Some days I'm feeling like I want a little bit more fragrance. Not often, because as I mentioned, that is not good for your skin, personally for my skin. This is my favorite body wash when I want to smell the fragrance a little more, and this is the Aromatherapy brand from Bath & Body Works. This is the eucalyptus spearmint, but their whole line is pretty good, so I really enjoy this one. Once again, I do not do this every day. Maybe once or twice a week, or when I want to smell the aromatherapy to relax because maybe I'm stressed out, this is a great option. So we are washing our skin. How do we wash it? There's different ways where we can put our products. I personally like to use a loofah. It's cheap, it's convenient, you just hang it and it dries on its own. It does the job. Once or twice a week, I do exfoliate my body on self-care days. I don't like to do it every day because, as I said, my skin is dry. So I have noticed that the more that I apply products, the drier my skin gets. So my favorite exfoliant is the Tree Hut, specifically the charcoal black sugar scrub. I have tried different ones. This is just my favorite one. It has great reviews, and it's made with charcoal and ginger extract, and it's great for detoxifying the skin. Once we exfoliate, then we get into shaving. So these are the ones that I'm using right now. This is the Skintimate. These are the 4 blades. I recommend 4 or 5 blades. Nothing less than that. I personally suffer from ingrowns, and I suffer from razor burn or razor bumps, and even though I still get a little with these, it's not as much as when I use a 2-blade or a 3-blade even. So I do recommend these. These are great. I haven't had any issues. And one more thing, guys, I have learned this the hard way. You have to exfoliate before you shave. Do not shave and exfoliate after. I have learned the hard way. Just take it from me. Take it how you want, up to your discretion. That is just my personal experience, which I've had a bad personal experience with that. Yeah. After we are all cleansed in our bodies, this is the final step. So this right here, or something similar to this. This is to scrub our feet and our heels and our calluses. If we wear heels, or if we wear sandals, or just if we have dry skin, we need to make sure that we're doing this. We want to make sure that our feet look nice, that our feet are soft, and that is just what I use. They also have the little rocks, which are great. Just whatever works for you. This is just very convenient because I can just hang it and it looks nice. Sometimes the rocks can look a little ugly, so this is what I personally use. And now we're out of the shower. So I just immediately, as soon as I get out of the shower and dry my body, of course, I have to apply deodorant. The reason being is because the last thing I want is to forget to apply deodorant, or I'm in a rush before I go to work, or I'm heading out and I forget to apply deodorant. I live in Miami. It's always very hot. I sweat a lot. So this is just the deodorant that I use. This is a Secret Flawless Clear Outlast Clean Powder. I only use clear deodorants, the ones that are like in gel form. The reason why is because I feel like there is nothing more unattractive than the little white balls that form under your arms and ruin your clothes and fall everywhere. I have experienced it and I have seen it on other people, and as I said, we live in Miami. It's very humid most of the times. It's very hot. We don't really have a winter. So I've seen it and it's just disgusting. And I've seen it in people's cars, the little deodorant balls. It's just disgusting. So that is what I do immediately after I shower. The next thing is moisturizer. Of course, we want to make sure that we're moisturizing our skins. And my favorite moisturizer is the Nivea Essentially Enriched 48 Hours Moisturizer. So this is for dry to very dry skin, and it contains almond oil. So I really do recommend this for everyone, even if you have oily skin, because it leaves your skin looking beautiful. It leaves your legs looking shiny and pretty. They look great with shorts, with dresses, and you're really just wearing moisturizer. You're not wearing an oil, really. So it doesn't damage your clothes. This is my favorite. So just like body wash, when I want something a little extra, I use these from Bath & Body Works. So these are the same line as the body wash. These are the Aromatherapy Stress Relief Moisturizers. So I usually apply this either on its own or on top of my Nivea moisturizer. I do recommend that you don't use this every day if you suffer from dry skin. So anything that contains a fragrance, from my experience, will dry your skin even more. So I am very cautious as to how I use them or how frequently I use them. Now that I'm at home, I have been using them more often. I'm a person that applies perfume every day before I go to work, but now that I'm at home, I haven't been wearing perfume that often because I don't want to waste my expensive perfumes, let's be honest. I'm not going anywhere. And to that, this is my final item. So these are the Summer Eve's wipes or cleansing cloths. I like these because they're small and they come individually wrapped in this little packet, and I can just put it in my purse and I'm ready to go. I only use these when I have my period, only, and I'm going out. It's very hot outside, so if I'm going out, not right now of course, we're in quarantine, so we're not going anywhere, but when I used to go out and I had my period, I would just use these, and those moments where we need the little extra refresher, this would come in handy. And that is it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that I can talk to you guys soon. I hope everyone is safe and taking care of themselves, and I hope everyone is practicing self-care and self-love. So with that, I leave you guys, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.